Welcome to Gauteng Live, your premier platform for entertainment, lifestyle, and everything golden about Gauteng province. This is your Gauteng Live channel coming to you live and direct from the DStv Delicious International Food and Music Festival. I'm Baba Gaugonidiwe, your champion host as always. Today is day 2 of this premier event, and I'm excited. I'm joined by my boss, a board member at the Gauteng Tourism, the message architect, and I can go on and on and on.
Thank you.
In doing the introduction. So today is not about the obituary terms.
No.
How are you?
I'm so excited. I'm glad that the weather came to play. So I'm really, really grateful that I can be here today.
We have been asked, but can Gauteng Tourism do something about the weather? You know, that's the challenge we have. You know, at Gauteng Tourism, we are, asked to do magical things. But the weather is coming through. It's actually sunny today, and the codes are off. A typical energy and buzz that characterize this province. What are you looking forward to today?
So I want to touch on what you said, right? So there was somebody who actually put on a comment on our social media page. By the way, please follow it at Visit Gauteng.
Exactly.
And the person said, "Can't we move the delicious to the Delicious Festival?" I'll just call it that because we don't want to market any other brand, okay? To the first week of October. And I said, imagine if God were to make it cold on the first week of October. And I answered it in that manner because I was like, we can't manage weather. But I reflected on that and I thought, isn't it beautiful that people still trust us? They think we can pull rabbits out of hats. I don't think there's a lot of entities that are still trusted that way. And so I think it's kudos to us that people are like, Gauteng Tourism can fix it, you know?
Absolutely. So it's what happens when you consistently do things, but also involve people.
Absolutely.
Get their views in. But when you build consistency, that's what creates loyalty. And brands are not just built over slogans.
Absolutely.
And messages.
Absolutely.
Brands are built about emotive things.
Absolutely.
People belong. I was looking at how everybody was bumping and jumping out to
Yes.
Buster's rhymes, even if he was rapping very fast.
I was saying that. I was like, I'm sure he's like, you can't hear
That's
it.
what he does. That's what he does. But that's
yeah.
why many people came through. But how important are events of this nature, especially quality safe events and driving visitation in destinations like these ones where you don't necessarily have traditional touristy stuff like the mountain and the ocean, but actually here is everything lifestyle and entertainment.
Well, firstly, I'm really, really proud to be a board member of Gauteng. I'm particular about who I align the Message Architect brand to, not just in conversation, but in just being me and giving it a piece of my architecture. I believe in partnering with things that can move humanity and society forward. I think what society has come to deem is that international is superior to domestic. It's just the nature of the game. Being a public figure, I see that even when I do, events internationally, they deemed far more important than local. And so it's so cool to now be focusing on, yes, we are attracting international people, but we hardly have interesting stuff to do unless Gauteng brings them up. And this is one of them. People would be in their homes having a braai and a drink, and now we've given them stuff to do. I think it's so important to have events that of this magnitude and this nature that are collaborative, and collaborative in the sense of we're collaborating with many other brands, number one. So we're breaking the silo mentality within Gauteng, saying that we can all work together, but also collaborative in the sense that this is not age restricted, it's not race restricted, it's not gender restricted. I've seen kids with parents, I've seen couples, I've seen siblings,
right
I've
there,
seen
eh?
parents. This is the thing.
Exactly.
And we can speak these big jargon words according to SDGs and whatever, but if we're not playing our part in doing it, let me tell you, we're going to wait for United Nations forever to do it. And here's Gauteng Tourism saying, yes, fine, it's not just our main event, but we're playing our part, not just as Gauteng Tourism, but as active citizens of South Africa.
I mean, we're looking at the stats just on Friday. 1,200 tickets bought from Botswana.
Yes.
Over 120 American Caribbeans came all the way to be in Gauteng this weekend. And yesterday we had the pleasure of having in our studio
Yeah.
the Deputy Minister of Arts, Sports and Culture,
Oh, wow, okay.
Ma'am Peace Mabi. And
Yeah.
we were reflecting, and I said to her, so when so-called international artists leave their space, say in the US, and they go over the sea,
Yeah.
and they come to South Africa,
Yeah.
and our artists live here,
Yeah.
they go over the sea
Yeah.
into the Americas,
Yeah.
or any of the spaces.
Yeah.
I think we should correct something here. When they come here,
Yeah.
they are coming to join the artists that are here. When our artist goes there, they are international artists going to that space.
Yeah.
Because our space can't be the only one that gets regarded as local.
You know, it's so, this is a conversation I really, really want to have. Is I don't know if you know the scripture that says a prophet never gets glory in their own country.
Yeah.
And so a lot of times, even for myself, people are like, you need to make it in the States in order for your own local people to appreciate you. But I don't believe that. I think we need to rectify certain things. One of my favorite books to read is A Leader Who Had No Title. Love it. And so it teaches us that it doesn't matter what job you are doing, you need to strive to be the best at it. We have been so brainwashed to be told that we can't be the leaders in certain things, that we're happy to have our baton taken away from us. We're not giving it, it's taken away from us. And I'm like, listen here, we're actually pretty dope, okay, as Gauteng people.
Yeah.
And the reason why Americans want to come here is because we're pretty dope. They're wanting to invest and stay here. And yet here we are not seeing how dope we are, and we're wanting to go externally. So I think it's absolutely super cool that we're starting to open our eyes to how dope and leadership we are, the leadership qualities that we have, because Africa rocks, man, and especially Gauteng. I mean, I'm going to be biased, of course.
With the youngest population as a continent.
Yeah.
I mean, not even the sky can be the limit.
No,
this
not
is a
at all.
continent where we will be pioneering future engineers, future message architects,
Creating jobs.
creating jobs out of this. 4,500
Yeah.
people at the specific
Yeah.
events have been accredited
Yeah.
working.
Yeah.
Therefore, that means wages for
Yeah.
for these people.
Yeah.
So there's somebody who's just watching and thinking, all this is about partying, it's about nice pictures for Instagram. 4,000 people here, 4,500 people working.
Yeah.
What does this do to the visitor economy?
You know, this is another thing that I think we need to demystify this mystery. There's nothing wrong in having fun while you're making impact. I think the minute you see somebody having fun, you think that they're not making an impact. I also want to demystify the fact that we at Gauteng Tourism Authority, we're not event planners. We actually create opportunities for a lot of people. I'm sitting here and I'm flanked outside by SMMEs that we're giving an opportunity to. They wouldn't have been able to afford to buy a stand in order to, and we don't take a percentage of their
Nothing
money.
at all.
They make
They are
their
trading.
money.
That's
It's
it.
their business, and we don't know who will walk in and out of here who's an international superstar or whatever. And I say international very loosely, could be a local person who wants to partner with them, and then they could sell their stuff all of a sudden in retail.
Yeah.
So we are not here to just create jobs. We're here to create opportunity. And for me, that's the African proverb. We're not fishing for them. We're teaching them how to fish in future.
That's the African soul, African queen powering right there. So Tams, now let's get into you. I know you will be jumping off, flying out very soon.
Yes.
Where are you going again?
So I am the next trip is not related to tourism, so I'll give the one straight after that. The first week of October, I'm off to World Travel and Tourism. So it's called WTTC.
Okay. WTTC one.
So it's like the biggest one
Yeah.
of the international for travel and tourism. So I'm off to Perth, Australia, which is very fantastic. I'm really excited. I've always prayed to be able to be known as a global moderator. And when I say global, I want to touch all 7 continents. And so by touching Australia, I'm on my 6th. So I've only got one more to go, South America. But it's not just about the fame and the fortune for me. It's going to these stages and being the first Black African to be able able
You
to
go,
program
girl,
direct
you go,
these.
girl.
So I go as one, but I'm represented by the entire
And
Africa.
that's the route where SAA now, with the help of the
I'm
Gauteng
at-
Air Access, have been
That's
powering.
so. Here's the joke. Actually, when we were booking my flights, they were like, "Do you want to fly the Q1?"
Yeah,
I
the
won't say. I
Q1,
won't
yeah.
say which one. I was like, "No, I want to fly SAA because if we don't support our own staff,
yeah.
then who's going to support it?" Yes, there's glitches here and there, but we're family, right? South Africa's family, and you can't. If it's like a normal family that lives together. Don't air your dirty laundry out there. Bring out the positive stuff of you. So yes, I'm flying SAA super proudly, and I will be raising the flag super high for South Africa, especially Gauteng. I always find a way to sneak in Gauteng in there.
No, that's the Golden Province. Over 44% of South Africa's GDP, just under 7%
Right.
of Africa's GDP. So it's not a by mistake.
But it's not even just that. Gauteng's the only place I've ever actually called home. So I was raised in Soweto, and then I had a little stint in the Vaal, and then I went to the burbs when we were allowed to move to the burbs. So Gauteng is when I say I'm going home to my safe space, it's
Yeah.
the province I go to. So, sorry, can't not like home, okay?
Fellow human beings, that's the champion host, and that's what we are talking about when we say people in Gauteng are welcoming. They are your champion hosts. So when you visit us, this is what you're gonna come interact with it. Before I let you go,
Sure.
before we jump off, I just want you to promise me to go get a taste. I know you will be somewhere there by Vivi. What?
Oh boy, I'm not there now, right? I was walking around.
So I want you to try Mokodu rap.
Wait, see,
Mokodu rap.
look,
Eh?
I know that our audience is going to be very diverse in language, and I'm meant to speak to English, but I think I have to say this is on Kratadijo. I love food, so don't you worry. I'm not eating those croissants and
Hona le tjhotlo le
quinoa.
mo.
So I'm gonna chotlo is like my
That's
favorite.
it, yeah.
So skawara. Now I'm gonna eat here. I'll drink there.
All right. That's Taming Kadimeng for you, ladies and gentlemen, fellow human beings, and everybody watching us. This is another segment of your premier platform, Gauteng Live, coming direct from the DStv Delicious International Food Festival. And until the next episode, second round.
Zwagala.